Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1059, which was broadcast on December 6th, 2019. Before I talk about this, I do want to mention, I said that I was, in the last episode, I said that I was going to talk about Frozen 2, and I will. And I also ended up seeing Frozen Junior, a local production that my nephew is part of the tech crew for, with the cast from his school. So I'll talk about that first because that story takes place before. Well, I mean, there are parts of the story that take place before the first movie, but anyway, before the second movie. Anyway, it mainly takes place before the second movie, but yeah, it was all right. It was elementary school kids. It looked like they were having a lot of fun. And then a lot of the main characters everybody did a great job. But there are certainly some standouts. I really enjoyed the portrayal of Sven. The girl who played Sven was very good. And then I also really liked the portrayal of Olaf in this production. So I don't know either. I didn't take a program or anything like that, but if anybody from that cast ends up hearing this, good job. And my nephew did a great job operating the sound. There's sound throughout the show, so I assume that meant he did it right. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they made this kids version. I don't know how much money Disney makes from this venture, but the making that part of the machine, that's really smart, and to make that available and for local productions and all of that, and it's all the credits for it said that it's the same screenwriter as the movie. So it's cool that they sat down and adapted it and made this stage play version. And I imagine it's the same for the Disneyland version, which I've seen, which is really good, and the Broadway version too, which I have not seen, but I've heard is fantastic. So that said, I have now seen two versions of Frozen, but not the actual movie itself, which I think is fine. I don't really want to ever see the actual movie because I get the idea, and I really enjoyed the Disneyland stage production or California Adventure stage production of it. I don't need to see it. And part of that is because so Frozen 2, I liked it a lot. Music is great. Like the first song or two is like, I don't know. But as it continued and as it tied into other songs and all of that, I liked it more and more. My favorite song was the one with Kristoff and Sven, and all the reindeer singing about stuff. I don't remember any of the songs at all. I don't feel that's part of the trouble, because Let It Go is like such a huge hit. I feel like this movie doesn't have anything like that. And I think I said that before. I've said that about another movie pretty recently. Not recently, but the last couple of years. There's another musical sequel, and I also felt like it didn't have the kind of hits. Mamma Mia 2. No, that's not it. Here We Go Again. That one might have been it. I can't think of any other musical sequels that I've seen. But I had never seen Mamma Mia 1, so I don't even know what I would have been talking about. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. I think it was another Disney movie or something. But yeah, I don't think uh, there's it's there's certainly songs that I felt seemed like they had the potential maybe to get really popular, but nothing was really as it nothing came close to as catchy as Let It Go, which might be a good thing for everybody's sanity, but yeah. I I got off on this big tangent. Okay, so I enjoyed the movie. I really liked the story. I like the story a lot more in this one than in the first movie. And even though I haven't seen the first, you know what I mean. It's really cool with all the elements and stuff like that. No well, that's that's apparent in the first like few minutes of the movie, but I really, 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 what kept me from completely loving this movie is that I don't like Olaf at all, the snowman. And I don't think it's the character itself because, in this production of Frozen Jr., I really, really enjoyed Olaf. But in this film, I do not like him at all, and I think it's the actor voicing him. So I guess I just don't like him as in this portrayal. There certainly have been films that I have liked Josh Gad, but this one I just found it super annoying and really like I don't know. I did not like that character's presence at all, except for there's a brief thing, and this is another reason why I feel like I don't need to see the first movie in its entirety. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Is that he does a rundown of the first movie and everything up to this point in this movie, and that was a really fun scene. But everything else about him in this movie, I thought it was bad. I did not like it. It was super annoying. So there you go. Everything aside from that, I thought it was awesome, and I give it a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10. It would have got a perfect 10 if that snowman wasn't so annoying. All right. Now let's talk about SmackDown real quick. Okay, we open up with Miz TV, and Bray in the Firefly Funhouse interrupts and says that he wants a family or something like that. He used to have a family, and then he shows a picture of the Miz and his family, and then the Miz is very, very mad that he's bringing them into it, and so he goes off to the backstage to look for him. Mandy Rose versus the returning Alexa Bliss. Mandy Rose rips off her eyelashes. That was rude. Alexa Bliss wins via the Twisted Bliss. Always that's like my top three favorite moves. I have to bring this up almost every time, but yeah, let's say top three favorite moves. Number one, scoop power slam, whether it's Randy Orton, Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, or Samoa Joe. I always love seeing that snap scoop suplex, not suplex. That snap scoop power slam, so good. When it's good, it's so good. That's my number one favorite move. Number two, Twisted Bliss. It's awesome. And I maybe any type of any jumpy flippy thing, I'd say it ties everything for number two. And number three, Shatter Machine. Number four, number four, RKO. Number five, Shatter KO Machine. And number six, the Compactor. There you go. There's my top 6 favorite finishers. But anyway, backstage, Drake approaches Dana, and then he asks her what Dave Bautista has that he doesn't. Then Elias comes over and sings a song about all the things that Dave Bautista has and Drake Maverick doesn't. Drake Maverick storms out to the ring. He wants to fight Elias. He doesn't want to match with Elias. He just wants to fight him. So Elias comes out and spanks him, and Dana symbolically pins Drake after he's been humiliated. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on with all this. Why they're bringing Elias and Drake into it. I guess why not? The Miz finds a photo backstage where he has been replaced in the photo by Bray Wyatt. Bray pops out of nowhere, says "say cheese," and then attacks him. And then he half sings, "There's no place like home for the holidays." He's off to go steal the Miz's family. What's going on? Rude. Everybody's being so rude this episode. Now we have a four-way tag team elimination match to determine who the New Day will defend their championships against at TLC. We have the team of Mustafa Ali and Chad Gable, or Shorty Ali G. I'm sorry. He's not called Chad Gable. Shorty G. Shorty Ali G, the team of Shorty Ali G versus Lucha House Party versus the Revival versus Heavy Machinery. So Heavy Machinery first eliminates Lucha House Party. Then Otis does his thing, and Big E's. We had Big E and Kofi on commentary for this match. He says, "Oh, I love when he disrobes." I think we all love when anybody disrobes in WWE, whether it be Angel Garza or Otis, or I guess those are the only two. Charlotte disrobes after her entrance, like the most literal way, as does Bobby Roode. But anyway, shortly after that, Revival eliminates Heavy Machinery with some tag team expertise tactics. It was a hidden tag type of situation, I think it was. But anyway, then it came down to Revival versus Shorty Ali G. The Revival won via Shatter Machine, and that got me thinking, why didn't I think of this before? You have Heavy Machinery, you have the Shatter Machine. If they ever teamed up together, a four-person tag team maneuver combo thing called Heavy Shatter Machinery would be, I don't know what that would entail. It would be a Shatter Machine combined with a compactor or something. I don't know how that would work, but I want to see that, and maybe we'll get that someday. I don't know. We get a promo with Sheamus. He's ready to ravage anybody who's in his path, and I'm excited to see who he ravages. I hope that he gets the Intercontinental Championship to complete his Grand Slam, and also so people can sing Icy Shamey. Icy Shamey. Bum, 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 Icy Shamey. But it's not clear. He hasn't made his appearance in the ring yet. This episode, we did not see Sami Zayn or Shinsuke Nakamura or Cesaro. So, I don't know where things are going to go with them, but I really hope Sheamus goes after Shinsuke Nakamura, and that this doesn't have to be a part of it, but I would really like if Cesaro turns on them to help Sheamus get the championship, Intercontinental Championship. That would be pretty cool, but we'll see what goes on with all of that. We had Lacey Evans versus a local gal, Haley Jones, who was wearing kind of like a ringleader type of gear. There's at least one joke about that on commentary, saying she was a lion tamer. But anyway, Lacey defeats her with the women's right, of course, and Sasha comes out and talks trash about Lacey's daughter, and so that's a whole thing. Them not getting along, continue to not get along. And then the main event, I did not write down any notes for it. It was like the whole last 20 minutes of the episode. I mean, the match was fine. I wasn't really paying attention to it. There were some good moments that I did see. Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler. Roman Reigns wins the match. At one point, Baron Corbin comes out to observe from his throne. But after winning, after Roman wins, Dolph and they're upset because Robert Roode was injured last week after the whole stuff that happened. I don't remember what happened. But anyway, they handcuff Roman to the ring post. So he's there outside the ring in the corner, handcuffed to the corner, and then they pour dog food all over him. And that happened on this show in the main event. And we ended the episode seeing Roman Reigns covered in wet dog food. No, if they just poured kibble on him, like, no big deal. They get that cans of dog food and rub it all. It's gross. It's just gross. Like, I don't think it's embarrassing. I don't think it's humiliating. It's just gross. Like, how, like, when if you do that to someone, you're not coming away from that looking good either, because you had to handle dog food. You're smelling like dog food too, just by being near the dog food. So I think it's just dumb. It's just a dumb strategy to do whatever. What are they trying to do? How is this gonna give them an advantage? Get Baron Corbin an advantage at a TLC match. They're having a TLC match, these two, without anything to get out from hanging over the thing. Maybe they'll come up with something next week to add above the ring to grab. I don't know, but it's all happening. And I guess, okay, I did say a lot of this stuff from this episode is dumb, but if this keeps these guys occupied and away from not that I want Roman Reigns away from the championships or anything, but if this keeps Baron Corbin away from championships, then hey, I think that's a win for the whole shebang, because we can get real feuds. Well, we have the Fiend stuff going on, that championship stuff going on, and then so we're keeping both Baron Corbin and all this weird stuff, all of that away from the championships. Then I think that's fine. That's fine. If this stuff was happening and it was for the championship, then oh my God, this is a problem. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, we're getting Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus The Miz at TLC in a regular match. And that in Revival versus New Day and some other stuff that's rumored. And then I want to go there. I have flights booked. And I think I can spare another day. I'm not that far away from being ready to move, I think. I might be a little bit delusional about that, but I get more done, progress done on that every day, and I'm pretty optimistic about all of that. But what was I saying? I'm torn about going, if I should go to TLC or not. It's in Minneapolis, and it's very, very cold there in December, just in general. But looking at the forecast, it is very, very cold. So that's not a big deal. Just dress to impress, and to stay warm, and it's fine. But also having like all that really warm clothes, and then I don't know. We'll see if I'll make the decision like the night before, or even, probably the night before. But anyway, if I don't go to it, then I will absolutely enjoy watching it on the network. One of the 2 or 3 pay-per-views I didn't actually get to go to this year. But anyway, we'll see what happens this next week on Raw and SmackDown, set up more of all of this. But before then, I will be talking about 205 Live, which I have not watched yet. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you thought about this episode of SmackDown and Frozen. And if you've seen Frozen Jr., by tweeting me at TIW Podcast, go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye. Oh no, keep that dog food away from me. Now I'm covered in dog food. Copyright screen.